So welcome you all to AI Ki Pathshala. I am Anu, and today we are going to discuss some coding problems and would understand with the help of the code. We are going to understand the underlying concept behind it. Behind that code, with the help of the code, we will understand. We have already discussed that concepts in class, but now we want to delve deep into it. That's why with the help of code, we will delve deep into it. Fine. And see, guys, this is a completely, absolutely free session. Any one of you wants to join can join me during my in my live session. I conduct almost every day during the night, around 10 to 10:30 p.m. IST. This live session. So anyone who wants to learn Python, machine learning, statistics, deep learning, you can join me through the description link given below the video, and don't forget to subscribe my channel so that you will get a notification bill whenever I upload a new video. Thanks you. So let's start with this session. Vinay, please mute yourself. Okay, let me share you my screen. I suppose you are viewing my full screen. I have opened a Jupyter notebook. Can you guys please confirm? Is my audio clear to you? Is my screen properly visible to you?
Yes.
Are you able to see my screen on a full screen? Is my screen visible at your end, completely full? Or is there
Yes.
anything that is cutting? Because yesterday what happened is that my screen was not visible. So I have realized it later. That's why I'm confirming you. Is it visible now? Okay, fine. So let's start. See, during the earlier classes, first I
Your
will.
your screen is coming on the right side.
My screen is coming on the right
Small,
side.
small, yes, small screen.
Okay. And is my Jupyter notebook visible to you or not?
Yeah, yeah, it's visible.
It's visible completely. Okay, fine. My screen is maybe coming on the topmost right side.
Right.
Fine. Okay.
Yeah.
So earlier, what happened is that uh, during the last class, during the last class, in fact, we have discussed about the continue statement. So we will first try to understand something in it. So last time what happened is that this was the code. This was the exact code that we have executed. And when I run this code, I am getting this 1 to 10. Why this was happening? Let's understand this. We have already understood it, but again, I'm explaining you because some of you are new here. So that it is working like I have initialized x is equal to 0, and then I have given a condition when x is less than 10. After colon, I am incrementing the value of x by 1, x is equal to x plus 1, and I am checking If x is equal to 7, continue. And thereafter, I am doing this print statement. So what is happening when I'm doing this continue statement? It is skipping x is equal to 7 because I have put this condition. If x is equal to 7, continue. That is, it is not at x is equal to 7. It is skipping this iteration at all. It is exiting from this iteration and going to the next iteration. Then, as soon as it encounters x is equal to 7, let's first understand from the first. When x is equal to 0, it is checking condition is true because 0 is less than 10. Then it is coming here and it is incrementing the value of 0 by 1. I am getting 0 plus 1. That is what value I am getting. I am getting 1. It is checking if x is equal to 7. No, this condition is becoming false. No, x is not equal to 7. That's why it is not coming inside this loop and it is simply printing the value of 1. Same thing it is doing with 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, when x is equal to 6, here it is incrementing the value by 1. 6 plus 1 is equal to 7 I am getting, and it is checking this condition. It is checking this condition when x is equal to 6 plus 1 that I am getting 7. And this time the condition is getting true. So it is going inside this loop. When it is going inside this loop, what continue statement says, just break this loop. Don't move ahead. Just break this loop here only and move to the next iteration. So it is breaking the loop at x is equal to 7. That's why, since after this continuous state, so the loop is breaking, so my control is not moving ahead. It is just coming back. It is just going to the next iteration. When it is coming back, what is the value of x? X is equal to 7. And again, it is incrementing by plus 1. So I am getting plus 1, then 8. Again, it is checking. Is x is equal to 8? No, it is not condition integral. So print 8. So 8 is printed. Similarly, 9 is printed. Similarly, 10 is printed. When it has printed 10, then after when x is equal to 11, my condition is becoming false here, and I am not getting anything. So this is how the while loop works. How the break statement works. Break statement says it will completely terminate the loop. It will completely terminate. But the continue statement says break that iteration and move to the next iteration. So that's why it is breaking only that iteration, x is equal to 7, and it is moving to the next iteration. Now let's understand one. Let's understand. I'm just copying this code and instead of putting, I'm printing print x, and instead of incrementing the value of x, I'm giving x is equal to x plus 1. So when I will run this, this loop will fall into the infinite loop. Let's try to understand why this is going into infinite loop. So now I have to restart my kernel. Again, my system will get hang. Kernel. Again. C. Because we want to restart the kernel. Yes, I want to restart my kernel. Restart. 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 Okay. Even my cursor has stopped working. So what to do? Maybe I may open a new Jupyter notebook. Okay. Now it has stopped. So let's understand. So this let's understand why this is happening. Because earlier we are confused. That's why I'm explaining you this once again. Let's take this. See, when x is equal to 0, it is printing 0. Okay, okay. The next fail. Let me stop sharing the screen and let me fix it first. Is my screen visible now? Hello, hello,
Yes,
hello.
yes, yes.
Actually, my system got hang because of this infinite loop, and I have to again restart all my Jupyter notebook. I That's why I this was what happened to me. It's fine. So let's understand why this code is going into an infinite loop. This Why this code is going into infinite loop because say let's say I've initialized x is equal to 1. So it is checking this condition. Is x is less than 10? Yes. It is printing print. So 1 is printed. Initially 1 is printed. Thereafter it is checking the condition. Condition is not true. It is incrementing the value of 1. So what value I will get? 2 here. I will get 2. This 2 is coming here. Again checking the condition. Again printing the value of 2. Again checking the condition. Condition is false. Coming here. Now 3. I get 3 after increment. After increment. This 3 is coming here. Again checking the condition. Everything is fine. So I am getting 3. Likewise, I am getting 4. Likewise, I am getting 5. Likewise, I am getting 6. Till 6, it is fine. When x becomes 6, when x becomes 6, and it is coming here, what value I am getting after incrementing? 6 plus 1, I am getting 7. Now this 7 is coming here. When this 7 is coming here, this condition is getting true. So it is printing 7. So I have got 7. Till here, everything is fine. After this infinite loop is getting started. So let's understand why this infinite loop is starting from here. It is checking this condition. Is x 7? This condition is getting true. Yes. So it is going inside this loop. Now, what continue statement says? Break the present loop and go to break the present iteration and go to the next iteration. So what is happening? It is breaking this iteration, and the value of x this time is not getting incremented by 1, because our iteration has got broken here after continue. So it is not coming on this line. That's why it is not coming on this line. Before coming to x is equal to x plus 1, my iteration has broken, and I am moving to the next iteration. When I am going to the next iteration, what is the value of x? Miss Ruchi, what is the value of x? Then
7.
correct, 7. X is 7. Now it is coming here, checking this condition. It is printing. What printing? What is printing? It is printing 7. Then it is coming again here, and it is going inside this block, and this continue says condition is true. Just break this iteration, move to the next iteration. So again, value is becoming 7. Again, it is coming here, printing, and again it is going here. So this is becoming an infinite loop. It is not coming because we have not provided an exit condition for this loop. That's why we fall in an infinite loop. This kind of thing is called infinite loop. That's why after 6, I am getting 7, 7, 7, and it will keep on printing it, because we are not providing an exit condition to come out of this loop. Hope you guys understand this thing. If anyone of you have not understood, kindly raise questions.
After x is equal to x plus 6 plus 1, it becomes 7.
Yes.
So again, it is becoming 7, 7, 7 only.
Yes. Do you have any confusion in that?
One question.
Fine. So first, let me clarify the question of Mr. Bhagwan. Do you understand why infinite loop is happening here?
Once again, if you can.
Okay, fine. So see, guys, don't hesitate to ask questions. I never mind asking questions. If you do not understand in one go, keep asking questions. That I haven't got it. I am happy to answer. So don't hesitate at all to ask questions. See, till 6, have you understood? We have printed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Have you understood?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Then x becomes 6. And it is coming here. Here, what is the value of x is equal to 6 plus 1? It is incrementing by 1, and I am getting 7. Then
Yes.
x becomes 6. And it is coming here. I am getting what? 7. Then this 7 is coming here. It is checking this condition. It is printing the value 7. Till here, is there any doubt till here?
No, no.
Fine. Now, let's understand this very clearly. If x is equal to 7, I am writing this condition. Continue. So what this continue statement is doing, it is breaking the present iteration. In whatever iteration it is going, it is just breaking that iteration and So whatever is written after this continue statement is actually not executed. It is just moving to the next iteration. It is moving to the next, that means that is seventh iteration. It is moving to the seventh iteration. It is not executing whatever. As soon as uh, it this value is becoming true, this condition will become true and the continue statement is executed. What continue statement says? Break this iteration and move to the next iteration. So here the value of x is not incrementing here because I have broken the iteration here only. So my control is not flowing here. After here, my control is directly going here. From here, my control is just moving here, not coming here. Is it? Are you understanding this? Misra?
From continue.
From continue, because continue statement says, let's see. What continue statement says? Break the present iteration. We have already understood this in the previous class with the help of let's understand this. I suppose if I give you the example what we have discussed in the previous class, you can understand this. Let's understand this. Let's take this example and let's execute it. What is happening here? Just explain me this. This. Just explain me this. Do you understand this code? Are you able to understand this code?
Yes.
Please explain how continue statement is working if you have understood it. Let me explain. See, during the first iteration, it is printing mango. Is this fine for you? This mango.
Yes.
During the second iteration, I am writing iteration. It is printing cherry. During the third iteration, it is printing apple. This apple. Now, when it is in the fourth iteration, say what is the value of fruits? Fruit is papaya. This is fourth iteration. So this is true. This is getting true. Now, during the fourth iteration, the value of fruit is papaya. So this statement is true. Now, my control is going inside this block, this if block. And what is inside this if block? It is saying continue. So what continue is telling? It is not executing what is after continue. So what is after continue? Print fruits. So if there would not have been continue here, what shall I get after this? This apple, this papaya should be printed. But continue is saying no, break this loop. That means break this fourth iteration. Not break this loop, break the fourth iteration. So now my control is not moving forward. My control is just going to the next iteration. What is the next iteration? Fifth iteration. Fifth iteration. Not banana, fifth iteration. See here, fifth iteration. So yes, it is going to the fifth iteration and taking the value of banana. And again, it is checking if fruits is equal to papaya, banana is not equal to papaya. So this time this condition is getting false. And I am not going inside it. And this print statement is executing and I am getting banana. So what is happening here, since what this continuous statement is simply doing, as soon as it is encountering this continuous statement, it is breaking that iteration. Breaking that, what it means to break that iteration, whatever is after this continue, it is not executing it. Why it is not executing it? Because as soon as it is encountering this continue, my control is directly going to the next iteration. So value in this iteration after continue is not executed. So I am not able to print this papaya, and I am going to the next iteration and I am printing that. Hope you understand the use of continuous
Okay.
statement here.
Right.
So if you have understood this, so let's understand this now. Same thing is happening here. Let's, for understanding purpose, let's, same thing is happening here. First, what, during the first, yes, iteration, iteration, iteration.
I got the point. Once it is going to 7, it is again matching
It is,
7, and again the loop is going back to the x is equal to 1.
yes, it is not continuing after that. So the
Mhm.
value of 7 is not incrementing.
Mhm.
Why is the value of 7 is not continuing? Because my break is, and again and again it is going. And what is the value now here? 7. Again 7 is coming, again going back, again coming, again going back. Because I am not able to increment the value of 7, and I'm continuing on the same value. That's
Right.
why every time next it is sending it to the next iteration, but the value is not incrementing. So I'm getting the same value again, and my condition is getting true. So again and again, I'm printing 7. Do you understood this?
Okay. Right.
No, if you have any doubt, still if you have any doubt, you can ask question.
Okay.
If you have even a slightest of the doubt, you can ask. No issue at all. Shall I explain you once again? Please tell me.
For me, it's okay.
For you, it's okay, na? No, I don't want to listen this okay word. I want to listen, yes, I have understood it thoroughly. If you,
Right.
if you, if you tell me that, then I can move it. Otherwise, I will stay here on this question only. So tell
Understood.
me with firm faith that yes, my concept is clear. I have understood it thoroughly. Say
Yeah,
like
understood.
that.
Understood.
Okay. So now, Vine, what you want to? What was your question? Please tell me.
Yes, I wanted to ask, how do we
Yes.
find the exit condition?
So how do we find the exit condition? See, since I have just now I have discussed one code in which exit condition was written. So let's understand this code. See,
Okay.
here if you run this code, here we have provided the exit condition. So what is happening here? So what is happening here? X is equal to 0. Here x, I am incrementing x is equal to 0 plus 1. Means what value I am getting? I am getting 1. It is checking, is x is equal to 1, 7? No. So it is printing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and till 6. When x becomes 6, here when x becomes 6, then it is checking this condition. then it is again incrementing the value of x by 1. So 6 plus 1, I am getting 7. So now it is, see here, when x is equal to 7, it is coming inside this, it is coming inside the if statement, if block. And now what is inside the if block? It is saying continue. That means break this present iteration. So my control is not flowing forward. My control is just going to the next iteration. That's why I'm not able to print 7 here. Because at 7, I'm encountering this continue, and I have defined print statement after continue. In the previous case, I have defined print condition before. That's why I am able to print it. But in this case, since I have defined this print statement after continue, that's why I am not able to print this 7, and I am moving to the next iteration, and I am able to print this value 8, 9, and 10. So this is the exit condition. And if you have not understood the previous concepts, you may find it difficult to understand this one. So don't worry. You can revise first, understand the previous concepts, then you will be in a better position to understand this. Hope this is fine for you. Now let's discuss. I have given you one question to as an assignment. If any one of you are able to do it, you can share me your code. Otherwise, I am going to do that for you. Because my purpose was to make you understand, to build logic to develop your logic. So if any one of you able to do it, kindly share your code. Otherwise, I will do it. What was the question? Ruchi, please repeat the question at least.
There were few stars in the shape of triangle, and we need
Fine.
to write it in our code.
We need to do what?
We need to convert it in a code.
Okay. So we need to print like this. I suppose we have to print like this. It's like that. I am still to something like it. This is not an exact figure, so don't go on this. But we have to print like that. 7 stars should come here in a line. This triangle shape, you have to create this triangle shape, having 7 star here, 7 star here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 7. 7 star here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 7 star here. And you have to fill this also with the star. 2 star will come here. 3 star will come here. 4 star will come here. 5 star will come here, like that. 6 star will come here. And then this is it. You have to do it like this. So let's understand this. I am writing first. I will write a code for you. Then I will guide you in understanding how this code works. I will run the code and then I will explain the code. let's take n is equal to, let's say 7, and where n is the, what is n? N is the length and width of a triangle. And I'm writing for I in range 0 to n. This is called loop to angle with rows. For give in range 0 to n plus 1. And this is called loop to angle column. Now I'm printing print star and this will print these stars. Now do one thing, print values return. I have explained it. Which will understand this and making this thing. Let me explain this. What is my objective? My objective here is to print this star in the form of triangle. This is, let's say, 1, 2, 3. This is 1. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Total, there are 7 stars here. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now count row wise. You understand that this is an equilateral triangle. If you have if you are a math guy, you can understand what is equilateral, but we don't have to do anything else. Now see, this is the first row. This is the first row. This is the second row. This is the third row. This is the fourth row. This is fifth row. This is sixth row. This is seventh row. Likewise, this is first column. This is second column. This is third column. This is fourth column. This is fifth. This is sixth, and this is seventh. Now, observe one thing. What you need to observe? Observe this. In the first row, you have only one star. One star. In the second row, you have 2 stars. In the third row, you have 3 stars. In the fourth row, you have 4 stars. In the fifth row, you have 5 star. Sixth row, 6 star. Seventh row, 7 star. Till here, everything is fine. You have understood it. Now let's build a logic. How you will print this? So let's come to build a logic. Also, you are seeing there is a similar gap in between the stars. There is a similar gap between the stars. So one logic that is understandable is that as we are moving in the row from first row to the 7th row, this is the first row and this is the 7th row. As we are moving from first row to the 7th row, my star counts in that row is increasing and it has the same number as the row number. This is row 1, so I have only 1 star here. This is row 2, so 2 star. Row 3, 3 star. So one logic that I have derived after seeing this figure is, what? Row number is equal to number of stars. First thing. Second thing, as the row is increasing, my star is also increasing. The row is increasing, the star is also increasing. Both is increasing. And there is an equal space between a new 2 star. So here, what we will do nesting. It is called for nested for loop. We have already understand this, what is for loop, how we use for loop, what is nested for loop. Here is one application of the nested for loop. So let's now understand how the for loop is working. First take, I have taken n is equal to 7. You can take n is equal to 5 or n is equal to whatever value suits you can take that. There is not an issue here. So for I in range 0 to n. So what this range 0 to n? This range is 0 to 7. What value I will get for I in range 0 to 7? What will be the value of I? Please, anyone? Any one of you?
1.
0. First is 0. Thereafter 1. Thereafter 2. Thereafter 3. Where the other guys are? Why other guys are not speaking anything? Are you guys gone into deep sleep or something like that? Till 6.
No, I'm getting error.
You are
I'm
getting error?
typing.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. See. Uh, don't try to do it right now. And first understand this. You can try this later. See, because
Okay.
understanding is very important in this question. Because if you will not understand in my right now in the class, you will not able to understand at all.
Okay.
Because this 4 line of code seems to be a very simple, but it is actually a very for a beginners it will give you a goosebump. So focus on understanding first. When you are understand this, then you can type the code and run it and then see. So first focus on understanding this code. So just focus here. Have you understood, Ruchi, what I have explained just now? These things, I think.
No.
So why? Why no? May I know why no?
Because I
See,
was writing the code.
so take it as a lesson. Don't try to write anything at the cost of understanding. Fine. Don't try to write any code at the cost of understanding. Your first preference should be understanding. You can write it even after the class. You can watch it in the recorded session. You can practice it there. But when I'm explaining you something, so be focused here. So
Okay.
because a lot of my energy is getting wasted otherwise, if you will not understand, because I want you to understand first. Writing is a minor thing. You can write it. If you do not understood, then you will not be able to write it anyway. So let's first understand this. I'm explaining you once again. Mr. Misra, are you involved? Are you there?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So don't write anything at the cost of understanding. Your first preference should be understanding, because you can even write after the class, because recorded session will be available for you. So first understand, then write. So let's understand this once again. I have just explained you, my objective is to print this shape. What is in this shape? I have told you this is a row. This is the first row. This. Be focused here. This is my first row. This is my second row. This is my third row. This is my fourth row. This is my fifth row. This is sixth, and this is seventh. And this is the column. See, when you write something, have you, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So in this is your first row. First row. This is your second row. This is your third row. Fine. This is my first column. This is my second column. And this is my third column. This is row. Like this horizontal thing is called row. And this vertical thing is called column. You have seen it. This is row and this is column. This horizontal line is row and this vertical line is column. Is there any confusion in understanding row and column?
No.
Fine. Now let's move to next. So now see, in the first row, this is row number 1 and I have 1 star. This is row number 2 and I have 2 star. This is row number 3 and I have 3 star. This is row number 4 and I have 4 star. This is row number 5 and I have 5 star. This is row number 6 and I have 6 star, and this is row number 7 and I have 7 star. That means whatever be the number of my row number, same number of star I have. In the first row, I am having 1 star. In the second row, I am having 2 star. Likewise, in 7th row, I am having 7 star. So I have built one logic here. What logic is that? Number of rows is equal to number of stars. Is this clear to you or not?
Yes.
Mr. Misra, is this clear to you or not?
Yes.
Vaine, you understood this?
Yes.
Fine. Now let's move to next thing. Now, second logic that I am building here, as I am moving down from first row to seventh row, as I am moving down, number of stars is increasing. This is the second thing that I have noticed here. Third thing I have noticed here, there is an equal space in between the two stars. Like if you see the spacing of these two stars and even these two stars and even these two stars, the spacing is kind of equal. All the stars are having equal spacing. This is the third thing that I have noticed. Equal space between any two consecutive stars. Consecutive stars. Fine. Now, most important thing is the code. Now let's understand how this code is printing this shape. First thing, I have written for I in range 0 to n. What is the value of n? N is 7. I can take any value, even 5. You can see the shape will be accordingly get reduced inside. Nothing. If you take more n key value more, shape the size of this shape will increase. So let's say here n is equal to 7. N is equal to 7. In the first, this is the condition of nested for loop. I have already given you hint in the previous class when I have given you this as an assignment. Here, all the concept that you have studied till now will be used here. So see, for loop, nesting of for loop is, this is called nesting of for loop. So for I in range 0 to n. So what will be the value of I here? During the, let's say, during the first iteration, what will be the value of I? During the first iteration. 0?
0. 0.
Fine. After that, during the first iteration, when I is equal to 0, control is going inside this for loop. So one for loop is inside, this for loop is inside this for loop. Okay? This for loop is inside this for loop. So I am coming to this for loop. Is it fine?
Second for loop.
Is fine?
Yes.
Second for loop. After I is equal to 0, in I is equal to 0, I am talking about only I is equal to 0. Now, understand this thing. For j in range 0, I plus 1. So j in, what is the range? Here I am writing range 0, I plus 1. What is the value of I?
0.
0 plus
1.
1?
1.
0. 0 plus 1, 1.
0 plus 1, 1. And what is here? For j
Column.
in range. So now I am still, this is the outer for loop. Let's understood. This is outer for loop. And this is my inner for loop. Inner for loop. Be concentrate here because otherwise you will miss the thing. Is this fine for you? This is outer for loop and this is my inner for loop. right?
Right.
Right now, I am inside an inner for loop. I am my outer for loop. I am inside the zeroth iteration. I am inside the first iteration of the outer for loop, and thereafter, what this will do? This will first complete this loop, this complete loop. Thereafter, it will go to the second iteration. So let's understand this thing. What is the value of j here? During the first iteration, what is the value of j?
1.
0,
J is
1,
equal
1.
to j is
One.
equal to what?
Yeah.
Why 1?
Zero.
What range of 0 to 1 gives? What will be the range of 0 to 1 will give?
1.
Range of what will the range of 1 to 2 give me? Tell me. So you guys are not revising at all. That's why you are missing these points. See, I have several times I have explained you range function exclude the upper limit.
Yeah.
When I am
Should have a set
writing this
value.
1 to let's say 5, so I will get 1, 2, 3, and
2.
4.
Mm.
This upper limit is excluded. So if I
Excluded.
am writing 1 to 2, what I will get? I will get only 1 because 2 is the upper limit. Here, 0 to 1 means 1 is the upper limit, so I will get only 0.
Okay.
Right.
Am I right?
Right.
So see what it is saying. I is in range 0 to 1. So this when the first for loop will run, this will give me the rows. What is the first? What is this for loop doing? This for loop, this outer for loop is giving me the row. When I is equal to 0, first row. When I is equal to 1, second row. When I is equal to 2, third row. Likewise, it is giving. And this second for loop, the inner for loop is giving me the number of columns. So here, during the first iteration of inner loop, j is equal to 0 means value of z is equal to 0 means I am on the first column because indexing starts from 0. You understand this? Indexing starts from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, like that. So yes, where is this? Where is this? Indexing starts. So during this, it is saying j is equal to 0. Fine. So I am at some point, let's say here, I is equal to 0. Fine. That means I am at the first row, and it is saying j is equal to 0. That means first column. So see, first order for loop will give you row. Order for loop is giving you row. Inner for loop will give you column. So 0, 0 I am getting. What it means? First row, first column. So let's say I am here. This is the first row and first column. मतलब 0th row and 0th column. You can say 0th row and 0th column like that. After that, see what is there. This is star, comma, and print. This is saying print a star. So it is printing this star. So this first star is getting printed. After that, what is written? End is equal to this space. By default, in the previous classes, I have explained you in a very detailed manner how this end parameter works and how the recursive parameter works. And by default, this print statement directs, if there is no parameter in it, it will direct it to the new line. Otherwise, what will happen? It will end on the same line with a space. I am giving it one space. End is equal to one space. So what it is doing, after printing this star, my cursor, my pointer is somewhere here with a space. Thereafter, it is exiting this inner for loop. It is coming outside because I is equal to 1. The value of I is 1 only. So it is coming out of this loop. And after that, it is going inside this. This print statement say print. This is carrier's return. I have already explained you. What this says, it brings my cursor to the beginning. So it is bringing my cursor to the beginning. That is here. Till here, is there any problem with? Have you understood this? So that I can explain you further.
Yes.
Understood? Okay. So let's understand further. If you guys have any confusion, I suppose now in this.
For n is equal to 0, will it print one star?
For?
N is equal to 0.
Okay. Let's
That
check.
means I is equal to 0.
So let's check. Put the value of n is equal to 1. And let's check. Has it printed?
Yes.
So that means it is working. Now let's understand next portion of this. I have
that means
completed my first.
n is equal to 1, it's working. N is equal to 0, it's not working. Huh?
So n is equal to 0 means nothing, na?
Nothing.
What n is equal to 0 means nothing.
Right.
And don't confuse n with iteration.
I.
N is the number of stars. N is the length of the triangle. In fact, if you put n is equal to 0, that means length of triangle is 0. That means nothing. So you will get nothing. So during the first iteration, I printed this first star. Now, after here, my control is going back here. Now, during the second iteration, this range 0 to 7. What value I will get? Will you guys please tell?
0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
0, 1,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
3, 4, 5, 6. Fine. So I have already completed this first iteration. 0. In the first iteration, I am getting I is equal to 0, na? In the first iteration, what was the value of I? In the
Zero.
first iteration, value of I was 0.
0.
Iteration was first, but the value of I was 0. Don't confuse value of I with the iteration. Iteration was first, but my value of I was 0 in that iteration. Now, during the second iteration, what will be my value of I?
1.
1. Now, come to this block. When I is equal to 2, it is coming to this. Now, first understood this. When I is equal to 1, it is saying for j in range 0, 0 to range 0 to I plus 1. What is the value of I? 1 plus 1. So, how much value this is? This is range 0, 2. So, what I will get from this?
0, 1.
0. That means when I am for j in 0, 1, it is like, na? It is like this, na? For j in range, if I convert this into like this, for j in range 0, 1, means here I have to run 2 iterations. First iteration, in the first iteration, value
Why
of j will
0
be,
to 1? Why not it 0 2?
yeah,
If the value of I is 1, then it should be 0 2
what this 0, 2?
for
I'm not
j
getting.
for
For
j in
j,
range.
no, I'm not writing range here. I'm simply writing the value. That's fine.
Okay.
If I will write range here, then I will write 0, 0, 2.
Okay.
Same thing. You got this point? Either I write range 0, 2, or I write 0, 1. Is this not the same thing?
Okay. Got it.
So, for j in 0, 1, during the first 0, 1, I have to do first iteration. During the first iteration, what will be the value of j? J is equal to 0.
0.
Fine.
Yes.
That means now I am on the first, second column. Sorry, second column, not first, second row. I am on second row and first column. I am
Yes.
on the second row. Why I am on the second row? Because I have told you the order for loop will give me the row value. So I am on the second iteration of the order loop. This was the first iteration, I is equal to 0. And now
0.
this is the second iteration. So this is the second iteration. That's why it will give me the row, second row. So what is the value of j here? J is equal to 0.
0. 1.
Means I am on the second column, first row. I am on the second column this, and first row this row. After that, what it is telling me? Print start. So at this point, I am at this point. So it is telling me to print a star. So this star is getting printed here. This star is getting printed here. After that, end with space. So it is putting this much space in between these two stars. The space that you are seeing in between the two stars, this space which you are seeing in between the two stars, so it is printing after this star. It is directing, the print statement is directing that do not move to the next line. Continue on the same line with a space. So first put a space on this line. After that, continue on the same line. Continue printing on the same line. Do not move to the next line. Is this clear to you?
Yes.
Now, control is again coming here. Because I is equal to 0 is getting executed. Now, I is equal to 1 during the second iteration of inner loop, inner for loop. During the second iteration of the inner for loop, control is coming here. Now, j is equal to what? 1. The value of j is getting 1 during the second iteration. So now, when j is equal to 1, then j is equal to 1, already my cursor is here, my pointer is here already. It is already here because this star has already been printed and this space has already been created. And this end statement says that don't move to the next line, continue on the same line. So when j is equal to 1, I am on this point. And again, what this print statement says, print star. So this star is getting printed. Thereafter, what this says, end with a space. So one space is created here. One space is created here. One space is created here. Let's say this space. After that, this for loop get completed. It will come out of this loop and goes here. Now this says print this carries return. What it will do, it will get back my cursor here at the starting of the line. Now, then the value of now, then after that, the control will come from here to here. This time, sorry, from not here to here, from here to here. This time, the value of I is, first value of I was 0, then 1. This time, the value of I is 2. Now, it is going here. The value of this was for j in range 0 to 3, because I is 2 in this case, so 2 plus 1, 3. So what I will get from here? 0,
1, 2.
1, 2. So how many iterations this will learn? This inner loop will go through. This time it will go through 3 iterations. So during the first iteration, it will print this star, and it is ending this. It is not sending my pointer to the next line. It is just creating one space. It is just, I keep on clearing this so that you can understand this. During the first iteration, it will print this star, and thereafter it is ending with a space. So this space, what you are seeing here in between these two stars, this space is creating, and it is directing this print statement not to send my control to the next line, not to print the next thing on the another line, just continue printing on this same line. This means that. So what happened during the second iteration, during the first iteration will complete, then during this second iteration, this star will again get printed, and this starts from here because already we have defined end is equal to 0. That's why my control is not moving in the next line, it is continuing on the same line. So I am printing this star, and after that this space. After that, what will happen? It will, in the third iteration, when j is equal to 2, in the third iteration, again this star is getting printed, and one space is getting created here. You are not able to see it because you can't see any space. Here you are able to see it because there is a stars in between the space. That's why you are able to recognize it. But here, after this star, there is nothing. That's why you are not able to see that star. But here is one space. And after that, what it says, when it is coming out of this inner loop and going here, this is directing. Let's say my pointer is here. So it is directing my pointer to come back to the starting position. From the starting position, during the next iteration, it will directly move to the next line, next row. It will directly move to the next row. Why it will move to the next row? Because of this print, because if you do not put this thing to the starting position, what will happen? Your cursor will not be here to go to the next row. For your this control to move to the next row, you have to put your control back to the starting position so that your control will move from there to the next row during the next iteration. Then I is equal to, let's say, 4. So you are coming here, same thing. Now this time you have to loop through. Then I is equal to 4. Here you will get range 0 to 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3. This time you have to loop through 4 iterations. 0, 1, 2, 3. That's why this star will print, then space, this star, then this space, then this star, then again it is coming back. Hope this is clear. And this will keep on doing till n is equal to, let's say, put n is equal to 5 here for our understanding. Let's put n is equal to 5. And this will keep on looping till it gets printed here. Thereafter, it will come out of the loop and print our design result. Hope you guys understood this. If you have any issue understanding this, you can still ask me a question, because I have spent almost in how much time, I suppose, in what's the time? Almost 2 hours, I suppose. Not 2 hours, but 1.5 hours almost. Just explaining you this 4 line of simple code. But there is so much intricacies hidden behind this 4 line of code. That's why I explained you this thing. If still you have any doubt, you can ask question. if you do not understand this. This is, I'm revising you. If I will put n equal to this space, what shall I get? Is that can be same thing? Will you guys able to recognize the difference between these two? Will you guys able to recognize the difference between these two? This thing and this thing?
Yeah, it is ending with line 9 is ending with space.
That's why this is coming on the same line. But
Yeah,
here,
that's why there is no
this is
space.
the this is not carriage space. This is the int parameter. Carriage
In
space is carriage space is different. Let's say if I put uh, separator is equal to what is the parameter for carriage return? Let's do this. See what will happen. Nothing. Okay. Hmm. So you guys, if you have any problem, if you have any issues, and if you are not able to understand this carriers return and everything, it's because I have already explained you. So you can go back to the previous lecture, revise it, watch the recorded session, do the coding, understood this, watch this video once again, so that whatever thing you have not able to understand in this session, you can, and then you can. Actually, I thought of giving you some more questions to practice. I was planning, but this one question has taken our entire time, so we will not move ahead. This is the last. If you still have any question, try to understand this. You can ask me question, and even after this session ends, if you are still not able to understand this, you can again ask me the question in the next session, or you can post your uh, doubts in the Telegram group. I will respond you there. Or it is better if you can put your doubts in the comment section of the YouTube videos. There also I will take your doubts. No issue. Vaine, are you there? So hope so. I am. If you guys do not have any problem, so I am just stopping this sharing of my screen. Today we are not going to discuss anything further. Tomorrow I will take the first session, and those of you who have already attended the first session, but tomorrow first session will be different from the session that what I have taken before. So there is a lot of learning for you guys also. So you should come tomorrow, and thereafter we will keep on doing like this. And any doubts, any question, any feedback, anything you guys would like to share, you can share. Now it's your turn. I have spoke a lot, and I am completely exhausted now. So anyone, anything?
Yes. I guess I need to go back to the first lecture and
Yes,
session to
yes.
understand.
You from the first, see, tomorrow I will be conducting the first lecture for you only. So must come tomorrow at this time, and with your laptop, so that you can understand the things. On the mobile, you will not get the things. The Python programming language will not, you will not be able to understand anything in programming just seeing the lecture or just watching the mm, philosophies. You have to do it.
Yes.
You have to code it by yourself. You have to see the output. You have to find out the bugs in your code. Then on only you will be able to learn the program. Simply watching the video or watching the session will not help you to do the coding. So
Okay.
then you have to, what is your task? You have to one by one in a sequence. Already video I am uploading the videos, so you have to watch. If you face any doubts, you can post your doubts in the comment section of the YouTube video. I will take that doubts from there, and I will explain you. If possible, I will explain you there also. Give you, if the explanation will be a very uh, simple explanation, I will give you there. Otherwise, I will take that doubts during the class or in the group. But you guys try to put your doubts in the comment section. Anything else? Anyone?
See you tomorrow.
So see you. I'm just ending the recording. You guys have to stay for 1 minute. So thank you guys for joining me for this wonderful session. So
Thank you.
there's a lot more interesting things coming our way, and you you guys will going to rock in the field of artificial intelligence, machine learning, Python, and lot many big data. Lot of things that I'm going to discuss. That too absolutely free of cost. So anyone, you can even invite your friends, your family members, or anyone else who wants to learn things free of cost. You can come and learn, enjoy the benefit of free learning. And now, thanks for coming. Anubja signing off. Meet you tomorrow.